Hello again, I am Blunty. A couple of days ago, I put out a video breaking down, like, I don't know, 6 different reasons your Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay and a lot of Wilds gameplay footage being published by content creators out there looks washed out and just plain wrong. It was 17 minutes long. It was full of detailed explanations, example footage, and even side-by-side demonstrations to once and for all prove to you what's going on here without the shadow of a doubt and vital context, and I'm damn proud of that video. And a lot of people left extremely happy and positive comments, thanking me for my hard work and efforts there, but I also got a bunch of comments from people whose attention spans have been utterly dissolved by, I don't know, probably TikTok and whatever gobbling Tide Pods did to the brains of Zoomers. So, if all you want to know is how to fix your own gameplay, and you have absolutely zero curiosity in your life about anything else that's going on here, here is just that bit. Maybe you've seen this menu. You've come here to adjust your resolution, perhaps trying to get that performance up. Maybe you've even played with the aspect ratio to see what it's like in widescreen. But those of you who think your game looks washed out and grey, I'm betting you didn't even ever once bother to click on that one that says brightness down there, did you? In here, you said how dark your blacks are, how bright your whites are, and most importantly of all, like seriously, absolutely vital importance, the balance of the overall luminosity. Because here's the gotcha in all this. The default values for brightness and darkness are probably pretty close to what you need, but this one, the default value is set dead in the middle. It's probably not set where you need it to be for your setup. So, if you follow the simple instructions here down there at the bottom and adjust the slider until the symbol on the left, the darker one, is barely, and I mean barely visible, not completely vanished, but just barely above black, when you're looking at your screen, dead on, then you will have properly calibrated your brightness settings for this game. And the difference is extremely obvious, as I've shown you. Again, that is the only thing that has changed between these two captures. There's a reason some games out there throw this stuff at you right on your first boot of the game and force you to adjust these brightness controls before you even get to the main menu. Because those devs know if they don't do this, if they don't force you to do this, there's a pretty good chance a fair few people out there won't ever properly adjust it. They won't even look for the setting in the first place. They won't even know it's there. Because I have learned over the years, unlike myself, who, when I get a new game, I will dig through each and every menu page step by step to see what's there. Quite a lot of people out there never look at that stuff and they just start playing the game. I don't understand that lack of curiosity. Maybe it's got something to do with my autism. I don't know, but I know for a fact I've learned over the years, so many people don't even look at the menus. Got it? Good. Easy, right? You'll be stunned at the difference it makes, I promise you. I've had comment after comment after comment saying exactly that. Even with the side-by-side stuff, they didn't believe me, they tried it themselves, they came back and said, hey, you were right. I know I was right. I showed you. Come on, buddy. Now, here's a bit at the end of that other video that's also important for context about how the game looks, and I'm sure a lot of people missed it because it was the end of a very long video and apparently people have tiny attention spans. I'm only slightly bitter about that. Now, all of that said, there is also one last thing we need to talk about. There is an art style choice being made in this game by the art director. Even on correctly captured footage, you might notice that environmental shadows are much, much lighter than the blacks and the shadows on the player character and important NPCs and your equipment. Now, I can't speak for the art director here, but I suspect, very strongly suspect, this is a deliberate artistic choice to help the player character and other important subjects pop out more vividly from the backgrounds. So the player character has more contrast, more saturation than the background does, helping them stand out from it. But this is what I think is going on here. It's the exact same reason they did this exact same thing in Monster Hunter World again, which, no coincidence at all, has exactly the same art director. Also, and I know I'm saying this in full knowledge that this is the end of the video and more than one person has already left a smug little comment about this before even watching the video at all. But yes, parts of the game that happen, say, at night or in gloomy, cavey areas or during inclement weather or even storms are much less visually contrasty because that's what happens in those conditions. What were you expecting while in a sandstorm? A nice clear view out to the horizon and blue skies? This isn't a flaw in the game, as some people seem to present it as. This is environmental storytelling and gameplay variation. Yes, it's harder to fight in these low visibility conditions. That's pretty much the point, I suspect. No, I don't think the game looks pretty when it's like that. It does look sort of washed out and grey and murky. That's by design, though. That's not an accident. That's a choice. And I do, in fact, enjoy the variety it offers up and altering the challenge of the fights when visibility gets more difficult. Also, with keeping in mind, we already know that the weather in the full game will not change nearly as often as the beta does. The devs have said this more than once in several interviews, so it will be a far less frequent impediment, if you like. Anyway, hopefully this has been interesting, informative, or just at least useful. Keep an eye out for that badly captured footage. Now you'll know why it looks like it does and how it does not properly represent how the game will look once it's properly set up and all properly captured. And you know how to make the quick setting change for your own game too, to, vastly improve things. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty. I will catch you next time. Thank you as always to the patrons.